Hey guys, welcome back. I'm FilthyRobot, continuing our D&D campaign. This is session 5, part 3. Quick recap of last session. We made it out of the caves, decided to head back to town because we didn't know where the orcs were, and are going to have to deal with the red brands. It looks like my character has officially joined the party, or at least a temporary portion of the time, has been arranged with the others to be part of that group, and we're headed back to town now. So we'll continue from there.
Okay. So you guys wake up in the morning. Sun coming up over the hills. It is, you tell, very early though. So you're the first to wake up. Kuthla is still on watch. Sitting there with his quarterstaff over his shoulder. And then the rest of you rise over the next 10 minutes or so after hearing some of the commotion.
I spend my time in the morning as they're getting ready just to take a few moments to myself to meditate facing the sun and just recenter a little bit in my morning.
Okay. Cool.
If Aust had a way to sharpen his rapier, he would be doing that.
Against the stone, I guess?
Yeah, I don't have a sharpening stone. I don't have a sharpening stone with me, so...
Okay. So over the course of an hour or so, you all manage to eat your fill, and then pack up camp. You'll be ready to go on your way. Okay, so heading off towards town?
Yes.
So one more time, what do we want to do about the red brands when we enter town?
I feel like we go straight to the cave that Pip mentioned. Like, we just don't go to see the red brands first.
You don't want to try to get directions to the orcs and take care of that? You want to go straight for the red brands?
It's either or. I like it. You flip a coin for all I care. We'll end up doing both.
You're a very zen man to be so willing to be out of control of your fate. Would you like me to flip a coin for your fate?
Go for it.
All right, I would actually like to do that.
All right. Roll me a d2.
Yep.
Even is what? Odd is what?
Aust?
Odd is go for directions to the orcs, and even is go straight for the hole that Pip mentioned to investigate.
I flip one of the goblins' coins. I kind of laugh at your indifference to the event. I really kind of respect and admire and also identify. I've heard this mentality before. It reminds me very much of home. So when you say that, I take you up on the offer. I know it was kind of meant in jest, but the amusement of that moment makes me kind of react to it. So I toss one of the goblins' coins up in the air and say, call it, and you say, odds are orcs, evens are cave, and I flip it, and it's odds. Odds it is!
That? Orcs?
Anyone else have anything to contribute to this?
I'm fine with that.
I let out a real hearty laugh. I haven't had this kind of. This actually for me is extremely bonding. Like to be of that mentality. It's just it amuses me greatly. I gotta quit it. I slap Aust on the shoulder and I say, "This is the way to live. One moment to one moment."
I would just ask a place like, do you like games like dice, cards, or something like that? If you like this gamble.
It's not gambling. This is existence. This is the moment to moment of life's endeavors, the adventure and this. To me, it was, man. I don't know if I can explain this perfectly. I would, as you may have noticed, may have mentioned to you. I grew up in a monastery. I have training as a monk. My brothers were very much about this, and this was one of the tenets that was always taught. And to me, I was kicked out of this monastery. I'm not sure if it ever perfectly sunk home, but the idea that you are willing to allow your fate to be decided for you in the trust of another entity, of another being, or just fate in general, or the fact that life will lead you as life way, it is a well-known entity, if not a particularly well-believed entity. So the fact that we're just going to make this decision on the toss of the dice, it tickles me. It makes me laugh. So. Absolutely, I'm all for it. I'll take your lead on this.
Okay. Good enough for me.
who do we think in town will know where Wyram's Bray is? Derek, maybe?
Maybe Theodar? Like, he might know that word, like... And also, we could inform him about the Clark. It's like that, some information that we have on his companion, because he's really worried about him, I think.
And we essentially lost the trail because Clark got away, yeah.
So it's like,
okay,
that's one of the people we can talk to.
Right. Okay, so that means we will be going into town to the inn.
We don't
and
have
that
to.
means
We don't have
well,
to
if we're
go
going
in as
to
a
the
group.
inn.
There's safety in numbers, but there's also visibility in numbers. I mean, it's pretty clear that they have chosen, or at least partially fixated on William as a contact point. There could be something to be said about keeping him out of sight to not provoke an incident.
I don't really like the idea of splitting up.
Just to assure you, if like I'm not going to be the aggressor, I'm not gonna attack them first. If they like attack me, I will defend myself. But don't worry, I won't. They will have to like attack the villagers or something.
Sticks and
to, like,
stones,
make me act. But what?
Sticks and stones, huh?
So that's the agreed upon thing then, is that we will brush off any Red Brand aggression.
Okay.
Yeah, if they attack us, I will defend, but I won't be attacking them unless.
And what's
they
your
do
threshold?
something
What is your limit? What will you put up with if they push you, shove you, if they take your stuff? What is the limit?
This is fine, but if they do something in front of me to the villagers, like some aggression, it's like if they attack them or forcefully do something to them, I will have to act. But otherwise, I don't care if they laugh at me or anything. I just don't like it, but I am not gonna attack them because of that.
Okay.
But I can stay out of the town if you want. If you three want to go in there and get information, I can wait outside. If that's what you try to like tell me before.
I don't like the idea of splitting up.
All
really.
Right. So I will follow your lead to the end. It is.
Sinta, any opinion?
We could go back to the mayor and ask him to draw on the map where exactly it is, and then should just get your answer of where Wyvern Bray is. I would avoid going to Darren because he kind of wants us to do something about the red brands. So if we're not going to do anything for now, it might be best if we stick to the current plan, which is to go immediately to take care of the orcs.
Okay, so just go straight to the mayor. Okay, yeah, of course he would know where Wyvern's Spray is because he's the one asking for people to go there.
He's
that
also
actually
in
makes
the
a lot of
pocket of
sense.
the red brands.
That's fine if he tells the Red Brands that we visited again.
Okay. Well, I will stay close, keep my mouth shut, and try not to obviously advertise my foreign nature here.
Okay.
Are we okay with just going to the mayor then? I kind of like that.
I'm fine with it.
You're all just planning to go straight to the mayor?
I'm following Aust.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, what Sinta said makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So it takes you about 2 hours or so to get back into Alderbridge. It is still the morning by the time you get there.
I didn't know that we actually had a map, and that's the map that we were seeing.
Allow me to put some markings on this map here.
Nice.
What other places do you know of that you've been to?
Like the orchard.
The Star of David place where I bought the
We were pointed. We were told where the sleeping giant is.
That one.
The miners
Right.
exchange.
Miners Exchange is, I think, here, but it might be there. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Town. The town Masters Hall.
It's marked.
Okay.
What
The-
about this? I think we also should know the name, but I don't remember. But I think
the
it was
Argent
told to us.
Costa. Oh, right.
Yeah, we just know that that's like a broken down manor.
That's
The
some manor,
cemetery.
Okay.
We kind
I
of
thought it had some name.
Well, that's probably good then.
The place that Pip talked about, the little like hole, we know that that's like to the northwest-ish of the manor. That's like over here-ish, right?
You don't know. You didn't talk to him. Like,
Wait,
Pip wasn't the one that found the hole,
Cop.
Oh, right.
whom you haven't spoken to yet.
We haven't
Is that
talked to Carp.
Aldridge Farm? Also we were told.
Okay, we haven't talked to Carp, but Pip said that Carp found this place, but Pip did not tell us where the place was.
He said that Cop found a tunnel in the woods.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's too nondescript for us to know where. So we're going to ask Carp, hey Carp, on this map.
Well, you might
Mark-
do something a little differently. Hey, Carp, could you show me to this tunnel? You
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
say
there you
on
go.
this map.
Right.
Okay, so you guys arrived back in Alderbridge. As I say, it was early morning. The weather actually today is particularly nice. It's a cool breeze, but sun is shining with barely a cloud in the sky as you head into town. It's chilly in the mountains, however. So you guys head down through the main streets towards the Stonehill Inn.
I have to ask for clarification. We have a physical map, right? It's not weird to say, hey Mayor, this is a map that we have. Mark on the map where the orcs are, right?
The other map, the overmap, that's the one you have.
Okay.
This one I'm showing you now of the town. This is just
We
for
don't
visual.
have. Right, okay,
Right.
cool. So we have a map, though. Okay.
Okay.
Then we don't even have to bother going to the inn. We can just go straight to the Town Master's Hall.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head on down further towards the Town Master's Hall, and heading inwards, you see. Well, there's no one in the ground floor, which was where you spoke to Sildar before. He's not there just now. So, like on the ground floor, you don't see anybody. Just the stairs to the one set of stairs straight ahead, one set of stairs to the left, and the desk which is to your right.
Okay, and it wasn't locked, so I assume...
The door was open.
Right, okay. Then just go up to where the mayor was at last time.
Okay, so you proceed up the stairs and you knock on the door, and you sort of hear the bumbling voice coming from behind you. It's like, yeah, just 1 second. It's about 5 seconds or so, and then the door opens, and it's not actually the mayor that greets you. It's one of the red brands. This one has like particularly long hair and is not shaven at all. He kind of like looks at you, steps back from the door to allow you all into the room.
Okay, so and it's just this one red brand and the mayor.
As you look into the room, it's just the red brand and the mayor.
Okay. Then walk in and just nod to the red brand and go talk to the mayor.
All right.
So we are going again alone, right?
As you guys all walk into the room, the red brand just kind of like eyeballs all of you as you walk in, and then once you've all entered, he walks out and closes the door behind him and walks down the stairs.
So all of us are up there? Just
Yep.
for clarification? Okay.
Yes, can I help you?
Oh, yes. I apologize, but I was here earlier asking about the orc bounty you had posted outside, and it dawned on me that even though you said it was at Wyron's Bray, that we're not actually sure where that is. We have a map here that we were hoping that you could mark exactly where it was, so that we knew where we were going.
All right. Well, I told you it was where the foothills meet the mountains, so it's quite far to the north. You would need to walk along the shore. So I'll switch back to the other map. And he shows you around here. All right.
Okay.
Which is like right next to the Goblin Cave. Excellent.
No, it's on the opposite side of the map from the Goblin Cave. The Goblin Cave is here.
Oh, I thought the Goblin Cave was like... Oh, okay, never mind then. I'm incorrect.
Significantly farther than 4 hours away.
Yeah, okay.
It would be a multi-day expedition to take care of something like that.
Okay.
And so just off the north of this map is where the like crossroads to the northern
Not
town?
just off the north. It's about the same distance from there to Alderbridge, again, to get to the crossroads.
Okay. So it's like 2 days to get, essentially, if we were to follow the road to the Orc place.
No, not that long. It'd probably take you a day to get there.
Okay. Okay.
Take you 2 days to get to Witherdean.
Right. Okay, well, honestly, that's all we needed. Thank you for your time, sir. We will be back with proof of dead orcs soon.
Yes, yes. Good luck. Best of your endeavors, and the money will be waiting for you upon your return.
Excellent. And head on out.
Okay. You guys head out of the Time Master's Hall. I'll switch back over. Okay. And Aust, you look over towards the shrine, and you see Sister Gorel, seemingly having returned, and she's clipping some of the flowers next to the shrine.
Okay. Don't have anything to say to her, honestly, so...
Alright.
I suppose it makes sense that we would get a few more food rations for our trip.
Nope, we're stocked up. We should leave town immediately.
Well, since Barthen's provisions is just north, then as we're passing by, we could get food.
Nope.
Well, if we run out of food because someone said, "Oh, have you been keeping track of how much
2
food you've
days.
eaten?"
It's 2 days travel up. You
All
have been
right.
keeping track. You've lost two days rations. You got 8 days rations left. It's 2 days rations up.
All right, if you say so.
So
Let's
you guys are
travel
heading
north then.
straight out of time?
We are.
That's
I
fine
have
by me.
7 days worth of rations. So.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Alright, you guys are walking out.
Wait, before we leave, don't we want to
Nope.
look for Sildar? Or just
Nope.
If you want to look for Sildar, you can look for Sildar.
no?
Nope, we don't.
Well, party disagrees, so I can't. So let's just head out.
Okay. So you guys head out, or as you're crossing the town hall, the town square, Gorel stands up and she sees you, William. And she says, "Oh, William, 1 second."
Okay. Yeah, I will come to her, and it's like, "Oh, hello, Gary. What's going on?"
He says, "Well, actually, I've had a bit of a frustrating time recently. I'm just back from the woods myself, and
All right, your
okay,
father.
come inside. I want to explain something in a little bit more detail."
We'll just like look around if there is like some red brands, and I will follow her in.
Sure, make a perception check. Okay, also you can make a perception check as well. Okay.
Now just like not at my party. That's like, give me a second. I need to talk with Gary.
All right. Okay. Do any of you respond to this?
Nope.
Roll my eyes.
Sinta?
Nope.
All right. So William, you walk off alone towards the shrine.
Okay. So, what's the matter?
I have a favor to ask you. And it was something I was hoping you would be able to help me with. In the woods, there's something quite dangerous, but it's. I was hoping to get information from it. A very specific piece of information, actually, but so far, I haven't been able to convince this entity to be able to help me in my quest. So I was wondering if you would be able to undertake this in my stead.
You are talking about dangerous entity. Can you be more specific? So
Well, there's
what is it about?
there's a spirit of sorts in the wood, a very wise spirit, which has presumably existed for quite some time. I have been asked by some of my superiors to get some specific information from this spirit.
And why do you think it's dangerous?
Because I was told that it was dangerous. I went there myself and I encountered several creatures on the way there. I had to avoid them, and my
It's like similar
introduction was
entities,
not...
or was it like what other creatures, like goblins, or what were the
No,
creatures?
aggressive forest creatures. There were some goblins which I managed to avoid, and one particularly large beast as well, with the an avian face, but it walked on 4 legs that I did manage to avoid. Would you be able to help me with this? I would reward you, of course.
The reward is other thing, but I will see what I can do about it. Can we just like be more specific about the place where the spirit should be? Where should we look for it?
Of course. There's an old town out in the forest called Combury, but it's in ruins now. But the ruins themselves are inhabited, and the local forest itself is inhabited by the spirit of one called Agatha. What the information I'm looking for is there was a spell book. A spell book belonging to a wizard by the name of Bogentle.
Okay. Well, we are on our way to check on the orc outpost. That's like that the town mayor asked us, like there is westward, and that's our way now towards there. It's like far away, but if I will see what I can do, but I can't. So it's like make sure that I will just do it immediately.
This is William's motto. I'll do it when I've got time.
I'm trying to be polite.
That would be fantastic, and I have here a gift to appease the spirit, which may help in you getting this information. It would possibly it may help you.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for that. Do you have something else that I should know? Something like useful information? It's like if you can remember anything.
Says, well, this is the item which you should try and use to convince the spirit. And she produces a small comb, which is seemingly made of silver.
Okay. Fine. I will see what I can do. And it's like I'm not sure if my companions will agree on this, but can I just ask what would be the reward? Because it might motivate them more if I tell them it's like there is something for it.
William, you're a paladin of Bahamut. I'm quite sure they would be willing to listen to you for all the good that you can do in this place. But For what it's worth, I'm willing to gift you some healing potions, which I managed to create myself.
Yeah, it's not like I want it for myself, but because they want to do other things, so I want to motivate them to do this for you as soon as possible. I was just on the, like you started, you just said that there would be reward for it, so I was just asking what was the reward.
Well, there you are.
Yes, would be that all? It's like that you wanted to talk about, or is there something else? Because we are really on our way to take care of some orcs.
As you say that, the rest of you hear a very loud screaming sound coming from the east of town. And after that, it's just like shrill silence, and Gorell kind of like looks
Woman,
over.
male, child, human,
Female.
orc,
Female. Female voice.
human
And
sounding.
maybe.
Any words?
It's
Words or
not
just a
bestial
scream?
sounding. It was a female humanish scream.
From the east, like sleeping giant, or like up on the manor?
From the east.
Can't tell.
Like,
Okay.
you look over in that direction. You do not have sonar, so you're not able to tell immediately where it is.
Well, I mean, like up, as in like up on the hill, or not. That's all. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
I will just say to Gary that I will see you later, and I will rush out to check what's going on.
Okay. And she like grabs the holy symbol which is around her neck. You meet up with the other three.
Okay, so what was that noise? What's going on?
I have no idea. We just heard it also. But it's probably business as usual here, so let's get going up north.
I would like to check, like, to investigate the noise. Like, to go to the east and check what's going on.
We could
from
get
that.
earmuffs for William.
Where do you go?
It's like where I was going from, so to the east. Like,
Right, ping me on the map where you want to go to look to the east, or do you just keep heading east?
Yeah, it's like from the shrine I would go. It's like in front of the stone hill inn. And it's like look to the east from where the noise was coming.
Okay. So you head over that way. Do the rest of you follow?
Yes, Aust sighs and follows.
Yep. Following.
Kuthla?
I'm gonna push up against the side of the wall in the Stonehill Inn. I'm not just gonna stand in the road. I'm gonna try to just stay out of sight.
Alright. So you look down the road, and two of the red brands have a sort of middle to late age human female, kind of like one of them has her by the hair, and they're just kind of like dragging her like across the road towards the Stonehill Inn. You hear the whimpering, which is not as loud as the scream which you heard, but she's saying, "Oh, let me go!" And the one who doesn't have her by the hair and gives her a backhand slap across the face. Go, "Psh, quiet, woman!" And they cross the roads into the Stonehill Inn.
I want to stand in their way. Like, I want to stop them.
They're
before they
already
go in.
crossed by the
Oh,
time you get to the Stonehill Inn.
Ah, so they already like went into the inn.
And they have entered the... sorry, they weren't heading towards the Stonehill, they were heading towards the Sleeping Giant. And they, as you get to the Stonehill Inn, they're entering the Sleeping Giant. You see them crossing the road.
Guys, what should we do? Because that's what one of the things that I was talking about. It's like they are abusing the villagers, and I
Are
really
you
don't
shy
like
on imagination, William?
Sorry,
William,
We've had this
William-
described to us already. We know.
Yeah.
We've already heard that they have abducted and people are missing from this. The fact we're seeing one in...
But I don't think that might not be true. I don't know. But this happened just like in front of me.
But what difference does that make? We already know they're doing this. The fact that they've now done it in front of you just is a lack of imagination on your part. They've already done this. We already have this confirmed. Nothing is different than it was prior to this moment.
This has been happening for months, William. We've known about this. Nothing's new.
I guess your argument is this person is more important than the other people. Is that the argument you're presenting to us?
Can we?
I'm not saying that the person is more important, but it's like...
As I said, lack of imagination. This one bothers you because it's right in front of you.
Yeah, because like I saw it, so it bothers me, yeah.
What about the other people? You didn't have time before, why do you have time now?
Because right now I can do something about this. Or it is, I feel that I can do something about it. It's like, maybe teach the boys some lesson.
This is a terrible idea.
I know it's a terrible idea.
This is their stronghold. We have no idea how many people are in there. We aren't prepared for this. We don't have a plan. We don't know the situation. This is a terrible idea.
William, I agree with Kuthla. We will deal with the red brands. It's a priority, alright? If you'd really rather deal with the red brands before dealing with the orcs and changing our course of action, that's fine. But whether or not we do this, whether or not we deal with the red brands now or after the orcs, we're still not going to just charge into the sleeping giant inn.
Okay, I will take you up on that.
I think, William, I will put an exception
about this.
What I will say straight up, if your god has your back, and you're sure of that, we can change our decisions based on that.
Don't encourage suicide, Kuthla.
This isn't. I'm not encouraging suicide.
No,
William is a paladin. His god has a personal connection to him. This may be something that his god wishes to intervene on. I don't know, but William wants to know.
At this point, you see a few faces like coming up to windows and like looking out and see what the commotion is.
For now, let's move out of sight. But maybe if we can, I would prefer if we change our plans and try to do something about the red brands now before we go for a few days out and like.
So we're over by the Stonehill Inn, right? I just drag William off the road for a second and pull him.
I said it's like
pull him across. Like
first, we go from the side, like so they don't.
I pull him off the road.
You see the town master actually comes out of the town master's hall, and he like walks up the road, and he's looking over to the east, and then he looks over towards you guys, and then he says, "Oh," and like he starts walking backwards towards the town master's hall where he came from.
That's all right. Should we rediscuss our plans here? Maybe go up north, out of town, out of your sight of the town to decide first.
Yeah, let's go away from like the middle of the town.
Where do you go?
North. Just leave the town to the north.
Okay, so you're heading along the Stonehill into the north?
Yep.
As you do that, Garel comes out of the shrine, and she sees you guys leaving towards the north, and she rushes over to you, William, and she says to you, "What are you doing? Why are you leaving? You just said you would protect the people of this town."
The weakest link.
Are you truly a paladin of Bahamut or not?
I'm trying to be, but it's like we cannot just start a fight in the middle of the town. What do you think that will happen after that? It's like, I'm trying to help the town, but for that we need to have different approach than this. They are not actually killing. I know
as
that
you're saying this, there's like a look of betrayal in her eyes, and she like takes a couple of steps back from you, and just like in the most disappointed manner you've ever been spoken to before, she just says, "Coward," and walks back towards the shrine. Actually, towards the orchard.
Do you see, guys, what's happening?
You say this to us?
Yeah, I it's like because you heard this too, so it's like I'm like, do you see, bites?
Okay, it's clear that we should do something about the red brands before the orcs, despite the coin flip, which is fine. So let's leave the town and weigh our options to decide what the best approach is. Because the cave could be a thing. Just going up to the manor might be a thing. Just kicking in the front door of the sleeping giant, I guess technically is an option.
What are you doing, William?
Sinta, as you guys are passing Stonehill Inn, you look in through one of the windows and you see Sildar there using a crutch. And he's like looking out curiously out the window and like sees you all kind of walking past. A look of confusion across his face.
Do the rest of them notice it?
You notice it.
Do you guys want to tell Silda what's going on? I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on, but...
Yeah, definitely.
Sildar doesn't have time for his friend, Gundar. Gundrum, rather. You think Sildar has time on this random town, these random individuals in this town?
It's up to you, William.
I think you're in combat time. You have 6 seconds.
Not in combat.
Okay.
It's difficult to decide.
With this pondering, there is a red brand which exits the Stonehill Inn. Like the door is behind you guys. You hear the door opening, and one just like steps out and like looks towards you. While he's smoking a pipe at this time, and he just like crushes it to put it out, and then walks away from you.
Yeah, you better not say anything.
So, okay, we decided we will try to take care of the red brands, like now before the orcs. So we need to get the information about, like, the place. So we need. What was the kid that? Where was it? Oh, yeah, we should try to get in touch with Carp to ask him about the tunnel.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
We need to get out of town right this instant, or do something right this instant. Standing here forever is dumb. Let's move.
So Carping for the Other Bridge Farm.
No, let's move right now to the woods. We can worry about where we're going after that. We've just been spotted by a red brand. He's currently walking away from us, likely to the sleeping giant. He's just seen you. William.
Calmly walking away from you as well.
Yeah, calmly. Even better.
How about we go out of town to the north and
I'm just gonna start walking.
discuss?
I'm like,
Okay.
Like this alliance is good, but it's not worth getting me killed. I'm gonna walk north right now.
Okay.
Aust
But
will follow you.
remember that I am also like really unhappy with like
I'll
not
keep that in mind.
going with me to try to help the town people when it mattered.
Okay.
Right.
So I'll you walk off as
That-
well.
Yes.
As a sort of lingering thought, William, your like gaze falls upon the shrine and you see Gorel just standing by the door, and like you catch eyes with her. And she's got her arms crossed across her chest,
She
and
spits.
she just enters into the shrine.
Why
You
is
don't
it so
see
hard
it. When
to
she
play?
Goes inside, she crosses off Bahamut off her list of gods she cares about afterwards.
That's great.
Hopefully, I can make up to her for with like doing the thing for her that I will tell you about later.
You're heading north out of town?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sinta?
Who has said nothing throughout all of this, by the way.
He's probably dancing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow them quietly.
Alright, so you guys head on out of town. Sildar's face looking quite incredulous as you guys like walk to the north. You see this, Sinta. Yeah, so you guys exit out of town, like back on the road past the cemetery.
Okay. So, William, you want to do something about the Red Brands.
Yes.
Cool. What are the options that we have that aren't kicking down the Sleeping Giant's door?
That's even an option. I'm even willing to entertain the idea of kicking down the
Same
Sleeping
here.
Giant's door, but I want to do that at like midnight
On our
when
terms.
they're all drunk,
Yes,
sleepy,
I agree.
and useless. I don't want
Yep,
to do
I
it
agree.
at 10 in the morning.
When they're all awake and expecting us, yes.
Okay, just so we're clear on
Yeah.
that. I've committed to helping you guys and being part of this, but I'm not committing suicide for this. I will walk away if it is my life versus, helping
Certainly.
out some stranger. That is just
No one's planning suicide. That's why we just left town. So option one, wait for them all to be drunk. So 2 a.m., kick down the door and slice and dice time. What are the other options other than that? Anyone?
Well, it's a bit of a, there are some clues that something else is going on here. There might be some way to infiltrate this, but this is, our hand keeps getting forced. Every time we enter town, our hand keeps getting forced for this, right?
Right.
These people are aggressive, they're belligerent, and they're active. So we either have to be willing to accept that and have it rubbed in our face, and that may be turning our back on innocent people, having problems with these people. This may be turning our back on being insulted. We either have to be okay with that and bide our time, or if we're going to act and act rashly, then we need to at least do ourselves the benefit of a intelligent response to that. If we're going to allow our hand to be forced, let's at least take some precautions for that. I'm okay with either of those. I don't know how many of them there are. This is dangerous. It's extremely dangerous to go into an assault on someone we know nothing about.
Let's mull it over while we take a break.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back shortly, and we'll see you soon.